It's that good.
First pitch of the ball game is a called strike. Fletcher, McClellan, Barrett, and Gibson. Fletcher behind home plate. Bouncing ball right back to Sanchez. And on the second pitch of the game, Sanchez takes Furcall's bat. There's splinters all over the home plate area.
Ouch. You love that. When you're on the hill and you can blow a guy up, that is fun to do. No better sound if you're a pitcher. Sanchez, 26 years old, out of Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, 6'2", 190-pounder in his third year at the big league level. And lifetime against the Dodgers, he's only been in 6 games. He's 0-1 with a 5.30 ERA. 18 innings pitched against him, 15 strikeouts.
Here's Hudson. Hudson swings and misses, 0-1. Hudson hitting .346. Couple of home runs, 9 driven in, and he swings and misses again, and it's 0-2. Hudson last night 1 for 4 with an RBI.
And, you know, that really is a great. If you wanted to describe a guy's stuff, talk about swing throughs.
And a 3-pitch see ya.
Just like that, and that's how good his stuff is. It's swing and miss stuff, and it's very common for him to go 15 to 20 swing throughs in every outing, and that is a lot. Just rear back and just blow a country fastball right by a good hitter, a hot hitter.
Here's Manny Ramirez. .338, 4 home runs, 14 driven in. And a strike. Ramirez last night 2 for 4 with a run batted in. He's only faced Sanchez 1 time.
What did he do?
He's got 1 hit, and it left the park.
So you tell me he wasn't that impressed the first time he faced him?
Not really. In tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. He was at Fenway Park, July 17th, 2007. In tight, 2 balls and 1 strike. This will be the 3rd start of the year for Sanchez. Remember, he pitched 1 inning in relief in Arizona. Should be fresh and ready to roll. 3-1 to Ramirez. It's hard. Is it hard not to pitch to the guy?
It is something that a lot of young pitchers will deal with. And you have to get over it. You cannot get up there and be aware of who's in that box. You got to pick your target up and throw through it.
There's a walk.
If your eyes are picking up that hitter, and certainly a guy with a reputation like Manny Ramirez, it's hard to look past him to your target, but you have to really discipline yourself to do that.
I mean, the other question, Mike, is with 2 outs and nobody on and a 3-1 count, it's not a get it in strike situation if you're Ramirez. Or if you're Sanchez throwing to Ramirez. Russell Martin hitting .239 with 11 runs batted in. Martin 1 for 4 last night. And that fastball is high, so Sanchez out of the stretch for the first time. Fog beat smog, baby.
That's pretty much how the Northern California fans feel.
One is the air conditioning you keep talking about.
Oh, yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike, or the lack of it last homestand.
Air conditioning, not a problem tonight. Not as cold as it was last night, but still, it's a night where you want to wear some layers, like about 8 of them.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. If the gun here at the ballpark is right, that was at 95.
I think the ballpark gun's a little hot. The Comcast gun had it at 92, and That may be but you know what? It's deceiving even at that because of how lazy his arm action is. You look at the lazy arm delivery and you just don't think you're going to get that much fastball, and then all of a sudden, boom, it explodes out of his hand. That's why you have that type of delivery and you have that type of stuff. You can tell guys what's coming, especially the first time through when they really don't have your time. They haven't faced you before. Total advantage for Sanchez.
Got him. And Martin knew it. 2 strikeouts for Sanchez. Giants are coming up. And it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Fred Lewis, followed by Randy Wynn, and then Pablo Sandoval. Benji Molina in the lineup. He's the cleanup hitter, and he's hitting .406 over his last 9 games. Rowan, Ishikawa, Juan Uribe, a start tonight. Emmanuel Burris, and then Sanchez.
All right, let's look at the Dodger defense. They will set it up with Ramirez, Kemp, and Ethier. That's your outfield. For Call and Blake on the left side of the infield. Hudson and Loney on the right side. Russell Martin, the Gold Glover, will be behind the dish, putting down the signs for this gentleman here, Chad Billingsley, the 6'1", 245-pound right-hander, 24 years old, in his 3rd year at the big league level. Well, look at the start he's had. Fantastic 2.05 ERA and a perfect 4-0 record in 4 starts. One of those starts against the Giants in L.A. when he went 7 strong, struck out 11 against no walks, and allowed just 1 run by giving it 5 hits. Now, the way he gets you is with a combination of 4 pitches, and all of them he can strike you out with. Fastball that'll go low to mid-90s, and when he's right, and he has been right, he can paint you on both sides of the plate. Very good breaking ball. Change up, and he can also throw a little bit of a cutter at you or a slider. So basically the 4 looks you can get from a starter. But right now he's on top of his game. See, the last 9 regular season starts, he's been fantastic. 8-0 with a 2.72 ERA.
He's just a baby. Two balls and a strike to Lewis. Randy Wynn on deck. There's a high pop-up into shallow center field. Kemp got a horrible break, and he makes up with it with a terrific catch.
Well, Kemp has not had any fun in the first innings of this series so far. And it's nice to have closing speed, which he has. A 5-tool guy coming in and making up for a miserable first step and a bad read. Well, when it falls in the glove, all is forgotten.
He looked like he was a little unhappy with himself. Here's Randy Wynn. 1 for 4 last night. Had a base hit in that first inning, a triple. With Pablo Sandoval on deck. Just underway here at the yard with that lid and the brew ready to go. 1 ball and no strikes. And Randy Wynn fouls it off his foot.
One of the big hits in the first inning last night was a ball hit by Randy Wynn that knuckled on Matt Kemp. And this was already after he and Andre Ethier had collided on a play. So in all fairness to Matt Kemp, who is an excellent center fielder, the conditions out there have just been horrific for outfielders. The wind has swirled, and it has not been any fun to try and make those plays for anybody. But he's had his problems.
And Randy Wynn shortens up the bunt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Randy Wynn got off to a very fine start, but has really cooled off. Three and 1. And Sandoval waiting in the wings. Billingsley and the 3-1 pitch to Randy Wynn, and it's a strike. 3 and 2. And the walk.
Nice at bat.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 3 lifetime against Billingsley. Hitting .294 with a home run and 5 driven in. Wynn thought about it, and a bouncing ball foul. Randy Wynn's got 3 steals on the year. He has not been thrown out. Benji Molina to follow. Sandoval into left center field. This is stung well, and it's going to roll up against the wall, and here comes Randy Wynn. Flannery's going to send him. Here's the throw home. Got him. What a relay by Rafael Furcal. I didn't think they had a shot, and it was Tim McClellan, the first base umpire, that made the call.
Well, you're talking about 2 of the best arms at their positions in all of baseball. Matt Kemp, who has a cannon, Rafael Furcal, perhaps the best shortstop arm in both legs. But the play by Russell Martin is what made it. He gets the ball and closes off a lane for Randy Wynn, and his block job is what allowed him to put the swipe tag on. Watch the left leg, and Randy Wynn, I don't think, ever got to the plate. One more look. The foot coming around, and he went, and with his left hand, he's jammed it right into his foot. I don't think he ever touched home.
Well, this will give you an idea. You know, you can't really tell if his fingers got underneath the shin guard.
No, you're right. From that angle, it looks like he may have, but there's no way an umpire could have seen that.
No. Here's Molina, and Molina skies it into center field. And Kemp is going to backpedal and make the catch. So that's how it goes. Out at the plate is Randy Wynn, and it stays 0-0. We've looked at replay 20 times, and it's hard really to tell whether Randy Wynn got his hand underneath the foot of Russell Martin, and he very well could have, but there's no way an umpire is going to call a guy safe on that.
Well, that look right there looked like he got a fingertip on it. But I agree with you. And remember, the umpire was behind Russell Martin, so he couldn't see that. What he saw was the foot blocking the plate. And Randy Wynn paid the price.
Ethier fouls it at the plate. He's hitting .301, 2 for 10 lifetime against Sanchez. And one of those two hits, a home run. One ball and one strike. Lifted to left for Lewis. But Lewis drops it. Ethier is going to stop at second base. So Fred Lewis does not come up with the play, and it puts Sanchez in trouble.
He kind of gets turned around here. You thought it was going to be a routine fly ball. He had plenty of time to get himself camped up, and it looked to me like he watched it into his glove. I mean, you really can't explain how this happens. You know, there's lots of wind out there that has made problems for outfielders this whole series. But this one, you would have thought would be as close to routine as you're going to get. That's an embarrassing error.
Kemp takes a strike. Well, it's especially upsetting after the Dodgers just made a terrific defensive play to keep the Giants off the board. And really, the Giants are lucky that Ethier is not standing on third.
Oh, you're right. Well, nevertheless, runner at second base, nobody out in the mind of Jonathan Sanchez. He's in the strikeout mode.
This should be enough to get Ethier over to third, as Randy Wynn will catch. Kemp does his job. One out and a runner at third. And here's Loney. Giants are going to play the infield in. Loney hitting .319, did not start last night. He's 2 for 6 lifetime against Sanchez. And Sanchez pours in a strike. He's throwing nice and easy.
This would be a good test for Sanchez. But I mean, anytime he gets in the strikeout situation, like runner at second, nobody out, runner at third, less than 2 outs, I mean, he feels comfortable. He's been in the strikeout mode his whole career.
Loney will take a lot of pitches. He's taken 2 and he's behind 0-2. That one was supposed to be in. Rowan's going to dive and he'll trap it. Coming in to score is Ethier, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. I think Sanchez meant for that to be a little bit more in.
No, when you're heading to count 0-2, especially in the strikeout mode, you don't want to make mistakes in the strike zone, and this is right down Broadway. And for a guy who's making an adjustment in his swing with a 0-2 count, that's a pretty easy pitch for him to square up.
Here's Blake, who had a home run in the game yesterday. Blake went 2 for 4. 2-0. This was the home run yesterday. He really did get everything into it.
Well, Zito had a 3-0 lead. Man on first base by way of the walk and a 3-1 count here to Casey Blake, so he had to challenge. Casey Blake knew he was going to come into him, and he got every bit of it.
(3-0). Now Sanchez is out of whack. After really being in good rhythm 0-2 to Loney, he hadn't been able to find that spot.
Well, I mean, this is where he has to improve his game, though. I mean, errors are part of your game. You're going to have to pitch through errors. That's just part of baseball, and it's not anything you'd like to do, but bad calls by umpires, bad breaks where balls hit chalk shots, or there's a bad hop that goes over an infielder's head, or just a flat-out error. You've got to be able to just pitch through them, and you can't let those bad breaks that go against you take you out of your rhythm or out of your concentration.
Randy Wynn is a magnet right now. In this series he has been.
That's good. He is as sure-handed in right field in this ballpark as anybody who's ever played it. But in regards to Fred Lewis, I mean, he really has not played good left field at all since the start of the season.
He has not.
And that part of his game needs to improve dramatically.
I walk through those tunnels every day, and he's taking fly balls.
Every day.
Billingsley is 1 for 6 on the season. Trying to hit one off the Coke bottle, and it's a ball and a strike. One and two.
So easy. Major League scouts will always talk about how the ball comes out of a guy's hand. And Jonathan Sanchez, it explodes out of his hand.
Two and two. And that's fouled at the plate. Billingsley just got a piece of it. Loney at first. He owns the only RBI in this game. We're only in the top of the second. And it's 3-2. Sanchez started to walk off the mound.
Can't do that. You can't show your umpire up. I mean, it's a borderline pitch. It would have been a pitcher strike. I'm not sure across the plate. We've seen it called a strike, but when you don't get it, you cannot do this and show that umpire up. You won't get it the next time. Well, we talked about the test that Jonathan Sanchez had when the ball was dropped by Fred Lewis. Well, here's another one. That's too late. Andy Fletcher cannot give that late.
Side retired. 1-0 Dodgers.
might hear a familiar chant behind me tonight at the park, and that is Uribe. Juan Uribe has got the start tonight at shortstop. Of course, his uncle Jose Uribe, who played with the Giants from 85 to 92, one of the most beloved shortstops in Giants history. I talked to Juan before the game, and he said he is so happy to be able to play with a team that loved his uncle so much, and he wants to make sure that he makes his uncle proud, who passed away back in 2006. Dwayne and Mike.
All right, thanks, Amy. He was a fan favorite. There is no doubt about that. As Rowan swings and misses, 0-2.
Good, quick, hard curveball. Jose Uribe was a clubhouse favorite, too. One of the most gentlest, sweetest men I've ever known in my life. He was just a joy to play with. Huge part of the success we had in the late 80s. Good little player.
Rowan with a base hit to right field. Here's a few old-time shots of one of Mike's favorite teammates. And the double play combination of Uribe to Thompson to Clark, and it happened a lot.
Well, I used to like it when he'd come back after a strikeout to the bench. He'd say, "Some of the gun, doggone baby, I absolutely got to hit the tiki piche." And we would have him say that a couple times until he would smile and the strikeout would be forgiven. He just didn't stay mad too long. He was quite a guy.
Here's Travis Ishikawa. For his last 7. It was Rich Aurelia that started at first base last night. There's a bullet to right, and it's going to sink in front of Ethier. It's a loud base hit for Ishikawa, and here's Uribe.
Not a lot of location to that challenge fastball from Billingsley. And once again, he's right back in his stretch. Okay, that at bat from Aaron Rowan. Aaron Rowan has changed his swing. He has taken some of the movement out of his swing. He's much more compact now, and I'll tell you what, he is stroking the ball the other way.
Uribe hadn't had that many at-bats. Starting tonight at short, and he takes a pitch low. He does not like to take pitches. He likes to swing. Uribe on the season is 4 for 18. Facing a very tough Chad Billingsley. And he takes another one, and it's 2-0. He'll be hacking here. I'm saying wherever this is, he's swinging.
I say that's a good guess. And, you know, guys will do that against pitchers like Billingsley, who is around the plate. When he misses, he doesn't miss too far out of the strike zone. And Uribe is the type of hitter who can expand out of the zone and beat you.
Taking all the way. See, I was right on it again. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, we were giving some inside sights there, weren't we? Woohoo!
Not only did he not swing, he bluffed a bunt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think the fumes of the garlic fries are getting to us.
Chopper slowly hit. Hudson goes to for call, and they got him. So Billingsley gets a big double play. On the play, Rowan ends up at third. So we'll see if the Dodgers pitch to Burris.
Well, as hot as Billingsley has been, I would be surprised if they did walk Burris here, just because of the confidence he has out there, the success that he had against the Giants in LA. Plus, if you were to end the inning here, he would have the ability to start next inning against Sanchez, which is always a plus. But he won't be throwing him many fastballs.
Swing and a miss. 0-1. Burris has faced Billingsley 4 times. He's 0 for 4, and there's a little dribbler, and it kicks foul. Manuel Burris right now at 169.
Well, all the problem has been really from the left side. From the right side, he's got a pretty good swing going. Problem is, he's been taking most of his at-bats from the left side.
That's right. Very high, almost to the backstop.
Hey, look at the body on Billingsley. I mean, he's a strong young man. Real strong base, but I mean, he's built more like a catcher than he is a pitcher at 6'1", 245.
Got him. After 2, 1-0 Dodgers. This week, Tim Lincecum and your Giants staff struck out 14 batters against the Diamondbacks, earning fans $14 off tickets to tomorrow's game. That's April 29th against the Dodgers. That's Lincecum's start. The $25 bleacher seats are now $11. To receive the K-Zone discount, use the code GIANTSK when going online to sfgiants.com and purchasing your tickets online. 1-0 to Rafael Furcal, who bunts this one. Sandoval's got it. Sandoval throws it, and they got him. Nice play.
Well, I thought immediately when he went and made the play that it was not a good decision because I thought it was going to bounce foul. With the speed of Furcal, I'm just thinking there was no chance he was going to get him. But upon this angle, it was not going to bounce foul. He had to make an attempt at it. Getting the job done.
Not a bad play for a catcher.
I don't think of him as a catcher anymore. I mean, he looks like one. He'll always look like one, but he's starting to move like a third baseman.
Here's Hudson, who takes a strike. Hudson struck out on 3 pitches in the first.
He is fun to be around, folks. We used to talk about Omar Vizquel a lot, and how after how many years that he played, he really enjoyed what he did, and it was a vibe that rubbed off on you. And you say the same thing about Sandoval. Now, obviously, he's only in doesn't have one full year in the big leagues yet, but I got to believe that when he's 15 years in this league and he's got the talent to do that, he's going to be playing this game like it's a game.
Yeah, well, the difference between Omar and this kid is Omar has spent so much time in the United States, as this is chopped to Uribe, and Uribe throws out Hudson. That his English is very good, and when Sandoval gets very good, then you're really going to see his personality.
Yeah. Right now, let's take a Corona timeout. We're talking about Manny Ramirez. Major League rankings among the 500 home run club. Well, 25 players have hit 500 home runs now. But look at the batting average. .315, that ranks him 4th. Slugging percentage 4th. On base 8th. Doubles 8th. RBIs 12th. And home runs, well, he keeps climbing up the ladder. He's not going to stop at 17th. And that's our Corona timeout.
Ramirez drew a walk, a 2-out walk in the first, so he's in the same spot as he was back in that first inning. One and one to Ramirez. Yes, he went 1-2.
I guess the first time I've seen him offered a ball in the strike zone since he's put on a Dodger uniform.
That was pretty close.
I don't think he went.
See if Sanchez goes back down there again. This time Ramirez took it 2-2. Very high, 3-2. Sanchez takes a little bit of a walk. See if he comes in 3-2. He did not in the first inning.
Well, Molina asked for a curveball, then he wanted a fastball outside, then he wanted a fastball inside. Then he put down changeup, and then they stopped.
Knuckleball. And the walk.
Well, clearly the at-bat that Ramirez had against Sanchez, the only at-bat that he ever had off him when he hit a home run against him in Boston, is still on the mind of Sanchez, because he's nibbling. And with his stuff, you don't really need to do that. Not in this ballpark.
Here's Russell Martin, who struck out in the first inning looking. Inside corner strike, and it's 0-1. Dodgers are 13-7. The Giants are 9-9. And they're 9-9 because they've won 6 of their last 7 and 7 of their last 9.
Well, the pitching has really tightened up since the first time through the rotation. They've been in every ball game. Well, this is the one thing that we've seen the biggest improvement in Jonathan Sanchez this year, is when he does go out of his good throwing slot, like he has the last 2 pitches, where he flies that front shoulder, drags, and misses high and away to a righty. He usually has the ability to step off, make the adjustment with his mechanics and get back in the strike zone. Something he had a problem with last year. He couldn't do it as easily as he's done it this year.
Topped to third. Sandoval underhands it as Ramirez is forced at second to end the inning. Sanchez will bat first.
For SFG ticks and get on out here and get your cap.
It must be love. 1-0 Dodgers.
I got a million things I could say right now. None of them are good, so
It's not singles night tonight.
just going to bite my tongue.
You know what? I don't even think they know each other. I think that whole shot was set up.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1 to Sanchez. 1 and 2s. 0 for 3 on the year. And that is strikeout number 2.
Well, time to ask Krug and Kite, brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. Visit csnbayarea.com. Ask us a question. We'll answer one again. This comes from Jeff from Canada. Do switch hitters use the same bat from both sides of the plate, or do they tailor their bats to different swings? That is a great question. Smoothie?
Well, let me answer it this way. They use the same bat. If they're hot. Lewis is going to reach. I mean, if you feel stronger from one side of the plate than the other side of the plate, you could change ounces.
Well, because I think the knob of the bat is going to feel the same. It's, it's the same set of hands. But you're right. You may adjust weight. But basically, I think the same model is going to be used both sides.
Plus, I think if you start messing around, it can get really confusing. Randy Wynn drew a walk in the first.
I mean, I know a lot of guys who have different swings from the left side than they do the right side.
Absolutely.
But I haven't never known anybody who's used a different bat. We need to put a call out to Willie McGee, who lives in the Bay Area, who was a great switch hitter.
Even a better guy.
Yeah, I like Willie McGee.
Lewis has got a little bit of a lean going.
Because I know Randy Wynn uses the same bat. Manuel Burris, he uses the same bat. Pablo Sandoval uses the same bat. So all of the current Giants hitters, Andres Torres, I think he uses the same bat.
And that pop-up is out of play.
Andres Torres has been put on the disabled list with a hamstring problem that happened in last night's ball game, and Eugenio Velez has been recalled back to the big leagues.
Eugenio never got out of the 415 area code.
It's a good thing.
Due to leave this morning for Fresno or wherever the Grizzlies are playing. Instead, come on back to the yard.
It's like, yo, hey, Eugenio, you know how we told you had to go to Fresno? We were just messing with you.
Yeah, it was a joke. Lewis with a lean. Lewis does not go. And there's a big bouncing ball into the hole and a base hit.
Well, the Giants have had no problem putting runners on against Billingsley. It's something they didn't have a whole lot of success with the last time they saw him in L.A. 7 innings, they only had 5 base runners. Here tonight, I mean, they've had 2 on every inning. No chance for first and third. Lewis had to stop to avoid getting hit.
Sandoval doubled in left center field in the first inning. Down low to Sandoval. 1 ball and no strikes. Good speed on the bases for the Giants. 1-0 LA. A run for the Dodgers in the second inning. An unearned run. Nice play by Martin and really nice base running by Freddie Lewis.
Well, Sam, you have to anticipate this ball's flight. And you can see Fred Lewis, no hesitation whatsoever. He saw that ball was in the dirt and watch him go. And even if Martin had been able to pick this ball up cleanly, I don't think he would have risked the throw. That's how good that jump of Fred Lewis was.
2-0 to Sandoval. Off the end of the bat. Here comes Furcal in the dirt. He throws it into the dugout. Lewis scores and the ground attack continues.
And who called it the ground attack?
The manager did.
Yes, he did. Just a swinging bunt right off the tip of the bat, little cue shot. And Furcal trying to make something out of nothing, throws low, and Loney over at first base cannot come up with a one-hopper.
So an error on Furcal, but Sandoval gets the RBI. And now Benji Molina a chance to give the Giants the lead. Breaking ball. Molina fouls it back. He hung it.
Kind of a get it in breaking ball, and it did have some hang time. Time you see breaking balls kind of go up their mid-thigh, you start going, oh, daddy. And that was even higher than mid-thigh. That was at the belt.
Not a play. It's now 0-2. Dodgers are playing the infield back. That's what you would expect.
And one thing Joe Torre has is a lot of confidence in his offense. When your team hits 298, that'll happen. Actually, 288 as a team.
On the ground, great play by Casey Blake, and he's going to throw out Molina. Outstanding play, and Randy Wynn had to freeze.
A play that saves 2 runs right to the backhand, and he gets down there almost completely parallel with the ground when he finally makes a stop. And he knows once he catches it, he's got all the time in the world. Benji Molina just simply cannot put any speed on a play whatsoever. But that does not take any of the shine away from this effort.
Rowan had a nice opposite field single in the second. Blocked by Martin, 1-0.
Took some of his setup, some of the movement he had with his bat, he took it out. He condensed his unusual setup, and it has made all the difference in the world. And what has really become obvious is his ability to go the opposite way with drive. Hit a ball last night with backspin, and he thought he hit it about as hard as he could. It one hopped the wall in right field, but it really had to cut through a lot of wind to get there. He's had a lot of good at bats at that side of the field, right side of the field. And the other thing too, when you start to get locked in, it usually means you're seeing the ball better. When you're seeing the ball better, you start taking balls that are borderline pitches. You're spitting on him, and here he is now in another 3-0 count. It all runs hand in hand.
So now Travis Ishikawa is going to get a crack at Billingsley. Ishikawa hit a line drive to right field for a base hit in the second.
Yeah, he's feeling it. You can tell.
Do you do that yourself before you come to the yard?
When I'm really happy, yeah, I'll make a balloon hat for myself just to stay in shape. But I got to be really happy. And he's really happy.
This is Ishikawa. Up the middle, and it rolls, and the run's going to score, and the bases are loaded. It's 2-1. The ground attack.
The ground attack is the darndest thing I've ever seen. He may not take that balloon hat off for about a month. Right back through the glove of Billingsley. Nice play by Hudson, but he just couldn't get a grip on it to get a throw off to try and get the force at second. And Bruce Bochy's ground attack is fired on all pistons.
Here's Uribe. A hit here could make everybody smile. They're still loaded.
Oh yeah, a hit here and you'll have half the stadium put balloon hats on.
Comes Rick Honeycutt.
I think he senses a bit of an overthrow there from Billingsley. That first breaking ball was way out of the strike zone, and I think Honeycutt's just going to say, back off a bit, you're overthrowing. Gives us a chance to remind you that tonight at 10:30 you have the opportunity to check out Sportsnet Central. If you have not seen Sportsnet Central, you need to check it out. Tonight they're going to check out the A's Rangers highlight. Jamie Baker on the Sharks, NHL and NBA playoff coverage. As always, this is playoff time for the NHL and the NBA. So Sportsnet Central, a must-see tonight, 10:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Sandoval, Rowand, Ishikawa. 1-0 to Uribe. 2-0 to Uribe. And the plot thickens.
The thing too, and Giants fans will find this out this year. This guy's got good power. In batting practice, he can hit some big boys.
Breaks his bat as he pulls it past Tim Flannery.
That ball just exploded in on his hands. Watch the movement on this fastball from Billingsley. Just run right into him.
Wow.
Ouch. That'll put a buzz in your thumbs.
Get some stickum.
And a nice bag.
Well, as a hitter, you go up there and you're thinking, I'm going to see the same pitch.
I would be surprised if it was anywhere else.
On the ground, Loney will take it himself. And that ends the inning. Giants pick up a pair. It's 2-1 San Francisco.
Practice of the Giants. Everything is captured on high definition scoreboard, and there's an orange plate food special where you can get great deals on food. Lots of good things happening here at the park. Plus, you get to watch BP. That's May 1st, early Giants batting practice. They'll be doing it every Friday and Saturday when there's a night game. You can go to sfgiants.com or call 1-877-4SFG-TICKS and get your tickets.
Ethier in the 0-1. Bouncing ball up the middle. Burris is going to dive, and he can't get it. And Ethier with a leadoff single.
Well, right now, we are going to ask our Aflac trivia question. The question tonight: which of the 25 members of the 500 Home Run Club recorded the most career triples? Bonus points for who had the second most triples.
Kemp hit a fly ball to right field in the second inning. Bonus points. Is there a gift involved in this? I mean, is this like couch discussion?
Well, if whoever has the most bonus points in your house does not have to get up and get the next beverage.
Round of chips or beverages, or
yeah,
it's like The way we used to play, we'd play for service.
Yeah. We played rights and service. So not only did you have to give a service, you had to come back and tell the person that they were the best you've ever seen.
That's fine.
That didn't go over too well. Some of my kids when they were growing up.
It's like shaking hands in hockey.
I don't understand that.
One ball and one strike. Out of play, 1-2. Chicago's throwing a whipping on the Diamondbacks. Cubs 9, Diamondbacks 1. That game is in the 5th inning. Look out. Soriano and Fontenot have homered. And Soriano now has 7 this year.
Pretty good month of April, huh? For a leadoff hitter?
Oh, my. Sanchez nearly did it to pitch before, and now he's working himself into some trouble.
Well, that's just a situation where he had a 1-2 count, then a 2-2 count. Both times tried to reach back and add to the fastball. And in doing so, you fly that front shoulder trying to add. You fly the shoulder, you drag the arm. The arm you usually are going to miss up and away to a righty if you're a left-handed pitcher. He doesn't have to add.
Kemp fouls another one in the same area. Ethier reached on a Lewis error in the second. He reached second. Here he singles and goes to second on a wild pitch. So Ethier at second and Kemp in the same spot trying to get him over to third. Randy Wynn coming in. He'll make the catch, and Ethier can't go anywhere.
So a non-productive out. And a nice comeback for Sanchez. And we mentioned that earlier. But that is definitely an improvement. Where last year, if that shoulder would start to fly and that arm would start to drag, he just couldn't get back into the slot. But here, we watched him first do it when he was pitching with the Puerto Rican team in the World Baseball Classic. He was stronger. The work that he did in the offseason, he got a little more chest on him. And in doing so, it gave him a little more body control, and he could make those mechanical corrections with his arm slot. And he showed it right there, getting that comeback out with Matt Kemp at the plate.
Up and into Loney. It's that same spot that Sanchez is having a hard time avoiding. It's up and into Loney. It's high and away to Kemp.
Well, you were a left-handed hitter. If you were on deck circle and you saw him lose a couple up and away to a righty, figuring, it could be up and into you. Are you thinking about it?
Be careful. Loney fouls this one in front of the Dodger dugout. It's a ball and a strike.
That's a ball player right there. What a big.
Ethier at second. Bouncing ball to Uribe. Thought about it. And he throws it past Ishikawa. And it's another error for the Giants, and this game is tied.
Well, maybe the thought to go to third affected his ability to finish the play at first. But a one hopper at Ishikawa, and Ishikawa can't even get a glove on it. This thing really comes up. So the Giants, with some poor defense, have kind of shot themselves in the foot tonight.
Here's Casey Blake, who takes a strike. Lewis made the error in the second. Uribe the error here in the fourth.
A lot of extra pitches for Sanchez.
Yeah, that is so true. Billingsley's on deck, so this is the hitter that Sanchez wants. And again, there's that same spot. Benjamin Molina's arm is going to be stretched out. He's going to add an inch to the length of that right arm or left arm.
And it just seems like every time he wants to add, that's when he's having problems with that pitch. When he tries to put more velocity on the fastball, he's flying that front side a little quick. And it's taking him out of his arm slot that gets him in the strike zone.
Blake flied out to Randy Wynn in the second. 2-2. Billingsley watching from the on-deck circle is Casey Blake taking his time, now gets back in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is sky to left. Is the park going to hold it? Lewis. 2 down. Now Thursday night at 7 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area presents another Giants Classic game. Check it out. This game happened on April 5th, 2002. Barry Bonds' 10th inning walk-off against San Diego. It was the home opener. Giants Classic Thursday night at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. I think we were there for that one.
Yes, we were.
If I remember right, that was the year the season was extended a little bit.
Yep. Went down to the very last game you could possibly go. 7th game of the World Series. That was a fun year.
Casey Blake just missed that one, by the way.
Well, he had everybody here in this ballpark collectively inhale and then hold their breath. And I don't think he thought he missed it at all.
In the dirt, and it squirts away from Benji Molina. Second wild pitch in the inning.
Little breaking ball that bounced way about 2 feet out there in front of home plate. And right now, Benji Molina's not having any fun.
He's not, and now there's a lot more pressure on Benji Molina with that lead run at third.
I mean, Sanchez is all over the place right now with his release.
Out of play, 2-2. Billingsley struck out in the second. Got him, and that ends the inning. So the error only cost the Giants 1 run. It's 2-2.
Home run king. Barry met him at the dugout last night after the game and said, I want to talk to you right now about some of your struggles. The two went down to the video room and talked for about 45 minutes. I talked to Fred today. He said he was able to just pick Barry's brain about how he handles difficult situations, and Barry told him he really needs to find his confidence, and Fred is going to blog about the whole thing. Look for F.Lou on csnbayarea.com. Let's go up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Amy, and it'll be Emmanuel Burris in a 2-2 ball game. And Burris takes a strike. Burris struck out looking in the second inning. Hey, when the big fella speaks, you listen,
you
right?
bet. I mean, Barry Bonds has got so much to share, and he wants to share it. And he sees a guy that's got potential like Fred Lewis to be a good player. And he can polish him out.
If Frank Robinson were managing right now, Emmanuel Burris would hear what we all used to hear. Take one for the team.
It's true. Only because he did.
All the time. Burris out swinging.
Well, as Burris heads back to the Giants bench, we're going to ask our Aflac trivia question, and we're going to answer it. Which of the 25 members of the 500 Home Run Club recorded the most career triples? Aflac! And bonus points for who was second. Willie Mays had 140. Who was second? Babe Ruth. Jimmy Fox, Hank Aaron, Ernie Banks, and Barry Bonds.
A comebacker. Sanchez out 1-3.
Now, would you have said Babe Ruth?
No, I would have said Frank Robinson.
Babe Ruth had more triples than Barry Bonds. How about that?
How is that possible?
That is impossible. I'd have bet my house on that. That was not true.
I would not have thought Ernie Banks had that many.
That's amazing. Yep.
Here's Lewis.
Plus, I mean, you know what's great is a lot of kids in this era, they hear about Babe Ruth, and at some point in time when they become a fan, they go check out his numbers. And his numbers are remarkable as a hitter. And then go check out his numbers what he did pitching.
Yeah. He was the perfect pre-Humidor Coors Field player. Pitch and hit.
He was.
1-2 to Lewis. Billingsley had a wild third inning, and Lewis out swinging. Fourth strikeout. Through 4 innings, it's a 2-2 ball game. The top of the order, Rafael Furcal. Furcal is 0 for 2. Sandoval threw him out, trying to bunt for a hit in the third. A nice play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Good changeup. And that, I think, is going to be a pitch that he develops and really uses a lot more in the future. And the reason for that, I think it's a little bit easier for hitters to see his slider, the spin on the slider, than it is for them to see the spin on that changeup. And because of that, that changeup is more deceptive in the eye of the hitter.
He got him.
And when you start throwing it twice in a row and you get 2 swing throughs, that's a good pitch. Another changeup, back to back, grab some pine meat.
The Chronicle Live will be on tonight at 11 p.m. presented by Autotrader.com. Greg Papa hosts Chronicle Live. Great sports debates aren't settled until they're settled on Chronicle Live. Here's Orlando Hudson. Tonight, 1967, National League MVP Orlando Cepeda. Here's a strike to Hudson. Mighty Blue is going to be on Chronicle Live. And Sharks analyst Jamie Baker on tonight at 11, hosted by Greg Papa.
That's about the 4th swing through for Orlando Hudson. And he's going to take a walk and have a word with himself. It's not often you see him late on a swing, and Sanchez is just shooting it right by him. Orlando Hudson had been hot coming into the series.
up the middle, and Uribe has it. Here's Manny Ramirez.
And this is how you want to pitch to Manny Ramirez. 2 outs and nobody on.
Same spot in the first, Ramirez walked. Same spot in the third, Ramirez walked. In the dirt, 1-0.
Guy is a big advocate of tee work. Just the tee-ball tee. Starts his day off with just a series of repetitions where he'll get his balance, he'll get the snap of the bat to where he's hitting the ball up the middle. And that never changes. Don Mattingly, his hitting instructor, says the guy just very repetitive in his approach to getting ready for a game. There's Don Mattingly.
Randy Wynn is going to play this one off the wall. He plays it perfectly. Here's his throw into second, and Ramirez slides in with a double. That's that opposite field power that Ramirez has. In a lot of ballparks, that's gone.
2-0. Just take the ball on the outside corner from the left-handed pitcher, stay inside it, the knob lead. It's just a beautiful swing. It's just a classic swing. And the thing that really stands out about that hack and about all of his approach is the balance that he has and his ability to drive whatever location he gets to whatever side of the field that it's best served to go to. Barry Bonds talked about getting the front foot down. You have to have your front foot down. Your hands have to be high. And there's the front foot down. And you see how high his hands are and the balance that he gets from his backside to the ball. Really gets his foot down early, bang, and then that allows him to utilize his legs, and that's where his power comes from.
Martin is struck out and he's bounced out. 2 balls and no strikes. The double by Ramirez, only the 3rd hit for the Dodgers. (3-0). Ethier to follow. Didn't have to be strike. 3-1.
Yeah, that's a gift. I've always liked that about Andy Fletcher. I mean, he will hunt for strikes in those 3-0 counts. 90 pitches now for Sanchez, and that'll get some bullpen action going now for the Giants.
3-2 as Martin tried to hold up.
Think he's happy about that 3-1 swing?
He is not happy about that 3-1 check swing.
Now this is the situation where you want to let it go. I feel you.
And the walk to Russell Martin, bringing Dave Righetti out of the dugout.
Well, this is going to be a motivational speech here. And I think Righetti is not real happy with that 3-2 slider. And he'll challenge him right here. Say, you know what? You can't be nibbling there 3-2. And as he said it, he looked at Molina. And I've always liked this about Righetti. I mean, he will challenge you to get through this inning. He's going to say, look, you want a chance to win this ball game? You want a chance to get a win? Then you have to close this inning out. You have to end this threat right here. He's chewing on him well. Jonathan Sanchez just got challenged. And you need to hear that. You really do. I mean, I think the good managers, good pitching coaches, they do that to you. They know when to push your buttons. See Justin Miller finishing off of his warm-up throws. And, I mean, Rigetti might have said, you know what, the skipper's giving you one more hitter. I mean, he might have said something as dramatic as that.
Ethier takes a strike, and he's reached twice. He's scored twice. Reached on an error in the second, and then he singled up the middle in the fourth. Defense for Ethier pretty much straight away. Off the plate to even the count. And with this 2-out rally for the Dodgers, this could be the last inning for Sanchez.
Well, I'm sure all that was pointed out to him by his pitching coach.
On the ground, foul, 1-2.
I mean, all three of these pitches that he's thrown Ethier, he's finished them off better than that 3-2 pitch to Russell Martin. He's reaching back.
One and two. On the ground, Burris slides up, throws, got him. Whew. Dodgers strand a pair. It stays 2-2. Is the one bringing you on-field photo today to the first 3,000 fans. Well, if they got a camera, you're allowed on the field to take photos of the players. Fans can line up on the port walk at 10 a.m. and you will be allowed on the field at 10:30. For tickets, visit sfgiants.com or call 877-4-SFG-TICKS. Tonight at 10:30, Sports Net Central. Check it out. It's amazing. These fans will carry those signs around. They just do it. They're so loyal to Sportsnet Central. Here's Randy Wynn, who takes a strike, and it's 0-1. It'll be Wynn, Sandoval, and Molina here in the 5th inning in a 2-2 ball game. And Billingsley's got a pretty good roll going. And a strike at the knees, and just like that, it's 0-2.
And here was the play that ended it. Beautiful play from Emmanuel Burris. Ethier can put some pressure on you with speed going down that line. You saw what that play meant to Jonathan Sanchez. Well, one thing Billingsley did last inning was establish his breaking ball. All of a sudden, instead of sweeping across the plate, it had downward bite, very much like the quick breaking ball we saw him have in LA. So a much better breaking ball than we've seen. And this happens with guys when they roll along, all of a sudden they'll lock into a better throwing rhythm.
That's the pitch that Randy had trouble with last night.
That's the pitch we're talking about. It's just an over-top curveball, but it's so tight. The spin on it is so tight. The break is not big, but it is absolutely quick. And as he gets up to that strike zone, it's bottoming out. Guys are swinging right over the top of it.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval is 1 for 2. He does have an RBI. And he fouls this one at the plate.
Billingsley knows he has a good breaking ball because he's throwing a lot of them right now.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Perfectly placed fastball right above the hands. Saw the target from Russell Martin. You wanted it right there inside corner above the hands. Now you can go either way. You go back up above the hands and go down the dirt with a breaking ball.
Pulled on the ground, and Loney with a terrific backhanded play, and he will flip it to Billingsley. 2 down.
That is the difference in this ball game tonight. The Dodgers have played better defense than the Giants. Plain and simple. Think back with the play that Casey Blake made. Benji Molina who runs in second and third. Similar type play here. It's James Loney's turn. Nice pick. He knows he's got a pitcher coming over. Squares up. Underhand strike. Gets the out.
Here's Benji Molina. Benji Molina skies one down the right field line, and that's going to drift out of play.
Well, time now for our Firestone leaderboard. We're going to look at big money, most RBIs by catcher since 2007. Well, Brian McCann with 186, and then big money Molina at 181. Russell Martin rounds out the top 3.
Way outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's foul. It was cued off of Molina's bat. Did he break it?
Sounded like it.
Yes, he did. Angie had to ask permission from Andy Fletcher to get some stickum.
Martin wants the breaking ball. Billingsley wants the fastball.
The next pitch will be number 70 for Billingsley. And there's the breaking ball, and Molina is out swinging. The ball gets away from Russell Martin, and that'll do it. 6 strikeouts for Billingsley. Now we'll head to the 6th inning. It remains 2-2.
tag from Russell Martin. And let's take a look. Was he safe or was he out? And I think he was safe. However, he was called out, and that's all that counts. That's our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Not friends.
I agree with you. I don't know where to go.
They're baseball fans.
Justin Miller to face Matt Kemp. Sanchez, by the way, departs without allowing an earned run.
Well, he had to pitch through some errors tonight. And I think he maintained his composure well. And there's a significant thing about this game for him. This is a game where he had to really hold his composure. And I think it's a growth game as you see Justin Miller's numbers. 7th time he's been into a game for Bruce Bochy.
Time for a change. Think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. 2-1 to Kemp, Loney, and then Casey Blake. Swinging a foul. 2-2.
Jonathan Sanchez had every opportunity to let this game slip away, and he did not. He held it together through some errors, a couple of bad breaks that went against him, and that's what you want to see your young pitchers be able to do.
Pulled foul.
The other thing I thought Sanchez did a nice job of, and we've talked about it all year long, when he was having some problems with his delivery and he was flying his front shoulder a little bit, dragging his arm. I mean, he was able to get back in the strike zone. He was able to somehow get back in the strike zone, put the pressure on the hitter, and get out of jams. He did it twice tonight, very impressively.
And no swing. Wow.
Did he go?
No.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that Miller couldn't afford to do, he just did.
Well, each time the Dodgers have opened up the inning by getting their leadoff runner on base, they've scored. That is not Orlando Cepeda's hair. I'm sorry.
No, it is not. Here's Loney. Loney is singled and he's reached on an error. First pitch is a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Giants are not respecting the bunt. But Loney is a guy who will occasionally, he'll drop a bunt down on his own. You can see where Sandoval, the third baseman's playing.
Guess what? Kemp was going.
He had a leaner point toward second. And he just did get back.
Kemp's got 5 steals on the year. He hasn't been caught. He goes. Pitches outside. The throw. And they got him. Kemp ran right into the tag.
Benji Molina. If there's a quicker release from a catcher, I want to see it. 1.9. Very compact, and the throw goes away from the bag. It really isn't close, but it gets to Uribe so quickly that Kemp didn't even have time to slide.
Yes. Tagged him on the back foot. 3-0 to Loney.
He kind of stumbles, and I think that helped the Giants complete the play as well.
Very high, and Miller's walked the first two guys that he's faced.
A little bit of concern now from Bruce Bochy. It's not normally used to seeing Justin Miller struggle with his command. Back-to-back walks, and that will raise an eyebrow.
The Giants in the win yesterday had Zito, Valdez, and Wilson. So the bullpen is in at least a little better shape than it was for last night's game. 1-0 to Casey Blake.
Well, I think they would prefer not to use Brian Wilson tonight, but don't run that by Brian Wilson. He always wants to go out there. Which every good relief pitcher always give you the same answer. Can you go tonight? I got this uniform on, don't I? To me, like Casey Blake was taken all the way on that 1-0 fastball.
It sure did. Absolutely. And that's kind of surprising. A check on Loney.
You got to pay attention to Loney. He'll go. He's only got one steal on the year, but he definitely can steal you a base.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Go right down there again.
Miller trying to bounce back after a couple of walks. This is lined, and it's past Uribe. Well, that ball got to Lewis in a hurry. And now Billingsley will probably be asked to bunt. And now we're starting to see movement in the bullpen, and here comes Dave Righetti.
Just seed just kind of hooked away from Uribe. He indeed went right back down there, and Casey Blake went down and golfed it, and it looked like a 1-iron going out to left field. Well, if you missed the game or just wanted to watch it again, Comcast has Giants baseball on demand. All you have to do is go to Comcast Channel 1 and select Sports and Fitness, and then Comcast Sportsnet. Giants baseball on Comcast on demand, and all you have to do is go to Channel 1 to do it. Comcast on demand. Check it out.
Billingsley was struck out twice. Bunch this one. And on the first pitch, Billingsley moves everybody over. And now for call will hit. For call will bat from the left side for the first time tonight. He's actually hitting just about the same from either side. Right around the 250 mark.
And he's had about 3 times the at-bats, though, from the left side. So perhaps his idea of the strike zone is a little more defined from the left side. Nice block.
It has been a stressful inning in the 4th, in the 5th, and here again in the 6th.
Take a look at that block from Benji Molina. Curveball in the dirt. Watch the knees close up. Use that big body to block, and that chest protector becomes your glove. Nicely done.
And another nice play by Benji Molina.
I think he does his best ball blocking with runners at third base. But he has not had an easy night. I mean, Jonathan Sanchez had some control issues and threw away from the intended target a lot. And Benji Molina, he is getting a workout.
Bruce Bochy's seen enough. With 2 balls and no strikes to Rafael Furcal, Metters is coming in. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. This game in every inning. Those are the numbers for Metters.
9th time he's come in for Bruce Bochy. 2.89 ERA. He's throwing the ball well, and he inherits a 2-0 count to Rafael Furcal. But he also has an open base, and I'm sure that was pointed out to him by the skipper that stay to a corner. This is not a challenge situation.
He had a really good breaking ball in Arizona on Sunday. Unfortunately for Metters, he got the loss, but he saved the bullpen and he kept the Giants in it until that last inning. Giants lost that game in 12.
Knee-high paint at 92 miles per hour. Nice pitch.
(3-1) to Furcal. 3-2 to Furcal. Well, think you'll hook him? He could.
I don't know. I mean, the way he's pounding that outside corner with that fastball, it's you can shade the strike zone away. It's not an easy one to turn around.
He walked him.
And there was the hook. And it was a good one. With an open base, that's a perfect pitch. You have to give Furcal some credit for taking this one. I don't know how he could, but he did.
The only way you take it is if you've seen it, and he had seen one before that. Here's Hudson, who's bounced out twice to short. And he struck out all those at bats against Sanchez. Down low, 1-0.
He's missing by inches. That walk to Furcal was charged to Justin Miller. So everybody on the bags are all responsible to Miller.
2-0.
Bases loaded, tie ball game. Manny Ramirez standing on deck. This ought to be a pretty good pitch to hit.
You would think so.
He has to challenge right here.
And he's going to get out of it. Aaron Rowan, side retired. The Dodgers leave him loaded. And Rowan will lead things off.
Solar Cap. You can still get tickets. Just log on to sfgiants.com or call 877-4SFG-TICKS. Dwayne?
All right, Amy, good job. One of my all-time favorites right there.
That's fan of the night.
He's got the jersey on. He's got the hat. As Rowan fouls it back.
He's working the dibs.
Checking to see where that foul ball went.
Oh, yeah. Gamer.
A little bit of a game face. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
There with the old man.
Going to the yard with my old man.
Dad, can we do it again tomorrow night?
He's having more fun.
Rowan on the ground to third. Casey Blake has it. His throw is in plenty of time. One out here in the sixth inning.
Oh, yeah. This is not the last game that they'll go to together, let me tell you. And it's not the first one either.
We got Giants fans that are grandma sitting on the couch. They waited all night for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying that's the old man because they wore the jerseys together.
I think she's driving home. That's my call.
0-1 to Ishikawa. Ishikawa's got a couple of hits tonight.
He has swung the bat well.
The 1-1 to Ishikawa. Swinging a foul, 1-2.
Billingsley's not afraid to just start pounding you with that hook. It has come alive, and it's been a good one here these last couple, 2-3 innings. That was a big weapon that he had down in LA when he struck out 11 Giants and did not walk any in 7 innings. Look out.
That hitting?
Right on the right ankle. Slider. I mean, if there's any good thing about it, wasn't a fastball, it was a slider. Not that they don't hurt.
He hit Lewis on the same pitch, or at least in the same area on the foot.
Say throw it at your back foot, not the front foot. And
That's a kick save.
How come you're rubbing your foot?
Because that hurts. Here's Juan Uribe. Uribe 0 for 2. Down low, 1-0. Like that, you mean? Just pound it?
Just
pound it?
This is his go-to pitch. He's kind of pitching backwards. He's trying to get ahead with that curveball. Then he'll throw a couple fastballs and then not afraid to drop that curveball for the payout pitch. But the fastball is not his primary guy right now.
Outside and low, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Ishikawa at first. 1 out. Hammered into center field. Kim can't get it. And here comes Ishikawa. Here he comes. Flannery is going to hold him up. And that might have been wise.
Yeah, he held that go sign for the longest time. And I think he waved him, and Ishikawa put the brakes on. This ball takes off, back spins, goes over the head of Kemp. Great at bat from Uribe. Just too much arm from Kemp. A little bit of a delay right there. Maybe it cost him a chance. Uribe, Flannery rather. Kind of a late wave green light, but by then Ishikawa had put the brakes on it, and I agree with you. It's a good thing they did.
Here's Burris. Swinging a foul, 0-1.
Breaking ball. I tell you, right now, when he needs to make a pitch, when he's got to make something happen, he's going to that hook. He's throwing a curveball and a slider combination. And Burris is going to see some more of those.
Well, not a lot of speed at third. You always have to keep in mind with Burris struggling. He struck out twice. You gotta keep an eye for the squeeze. I know there's a guy on second, but right now the Giants will take a run any way they can.
Yeah, I think that was talked about when Russell Martin went out there.
Right at Loney. Double play. Ishikawa cannot get doubled up on that line drive. It stays 2-2.
Unbelievable.
have been base runners all over for both teams. Emmanuel Burris had a terrific at bat. Just hit it right at somebody. The mistake was made by Travis Ishikawa. You have to make sure that line drive goes through the infield.
Freezing a line drive.
Ramirez looks at a strike. He's 1 for 1, a double and 2 walks.
And you know, I guarantee Tim Flannery walked over there and reminded Ishikawa of that very thing. Freezing a line drive, make the ball get through.
Absolutely. They say it on every pitch. 0-2 to Ramirez. Oh, and 2 to Ramirez is like 1-1 or 2-2 or 2-1. Doesn't matter if you're ahead.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, and his swing never changes. With him, his swing is so compact. It's almost like he's hitting out of a 2-strike mode with every swing. But that same swing can knock the ball out of the ballpark to every field.
And tight, 2-2.
Tough out, man. This is a tough out. And in a tie ball game, getting deep into a ball game, he is a scary AB.
(0-2) to 3-2.
Does that remind you of anybody?
Yeah, it's Brian Giles. Russell Martin to follow.
That's what the best hitters have always been able to do.
Driven to right field. Randy Wynn is over. He's not going to get it. And Manny Ramirez is digging for 2. And now he's going to put on the brakes.
Well, when you start to analyze, I mean, you can go back again to what Bond said last night. Watch the front foot, get down. And now here comes the backside. Very little hand movement on the load, but a classic load. Once the hands down, the foot's down, the hands are high. The head is still through the swing, stays right on the ball, inside outs it with drive the opposite way. Beautiful swing.
Martin is struck out, bounced out, and he's walked.
Well, normally you would not tell your cleanup hitter anything other than swing the bat, but that ball game, this situation, the very least that can come out of this at bat for Martin is that he gets Ramirez over to third. Normally you wouldn't have to tell a cleanup hitter that.
Four out of the 7 innings, the Dodgers have had their leadoff hitter on. Popped. It's going to be Burris who will make the catch.
Non-productive at bat. Did not get the job done. And here's how the inning ended for the Giants. A tremendous at bat from Burris. It's a seed right to Loney. But the mistake was made from Ishikawa. You cannot make a move and get off the bag to a point where you're going to get doubled up. You have to freeze on a line drive. And it's been a night of frustration in many ways for Giants. They have not played a clean game with the gloves or on the base pass. The good thing that they have done tonight is they've had some good at bats. They've swung the bat well. They've created opportunity. They've had 2 runners on in the first, the second, the third, and the 6th. And they are only able to score in one of those innings.
Ethier will be walked intentionally. Here's Kemp.
Well, Giants baseball is brought to you by Big O Tires. Post your comments about the San Francisco Giants on the Big O Tires sports log at csnbayarea.com. Big O Tires.
A lot of Big O tires cross that bridge. Here's Kemp. Kemp was 0 for 2 and a walk. Sirius Matos headed down to the bullpen. In the left center field. Rowan's coming in. He can't get it. Manny Ramirez will stop at third, and the bases are loaded.
Now, kind of good news, bad news. Bad news, it's a base hit. Good news, it was hit to an area where Manny Ramirez could not make the decision, should I stay or should I go? He had to hold up to see if it was going to get caught by Rowan. But it's good base running. So what the Dodgers come out of it is a bases loaded, 1-out situation.
I think Kemp hit that ball towards the end of the bat. And it looked like Rowan thought that ball was going to carry out a little bit further. You're going to get a big guy like Kemp. So they're loaded for Loney. And now Metters will look for the double play ball.
Well, and Metters can get you a double play. He's got a good sinker, a couple type of breaking balls or off-speed pitches that have pretty good downward movement to them. Nice first pitch strike with that curveball. You pitch for a ground ball early in the count, you get to a 2-strike, or 0-2 or 1-2, then you pitch for the strikeout.
Outside with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good pitch, and that's the beauty of that 0-1 first strike. Once you're sitting on an 0-1 count, you've got 2 pitches that you can go to a corner and hope he chases. Problem with Loney is he doesn't go out of strike zone very often.
Off the end of the bat, foul on a breaking ball. It's 1-2.
Almost got Rusty Phillips down there. Our cameraman in the Giants dugout. There's Rusty.
Uribe and Burris had double play depth. Foul. He pulls this one on the ground, and it was another breaking ball.
Yeah, definitely pitching for the strikeout, but the beauty of that breaking ball is if he does make contact, it's very difficult to elevate that pitch and get it up. You're more likely to put the ball on the ground, which they'll take as well if it's hit at somebody.
One and 2 to Loney. Breaking ball, and he just got a piece of it. It stays 1-2.
He's throwing some good hooks. I mean, that was absolutely perfect to the outside corner. And to Loney's credit, he's fighting off some fuzz here, staying alive.
He's jumping out there, isn't he?
A little backdoor breaking ball. You know, you're talking about shade the outside of the strike zone. It's like Metters is peeling potatoes out there, shaving skin off that strike zone.
2-2.
That inside corner with the fastball is wide open right now. I mean, they've teased him a couple times off the plate away with fastballs. They have not tried to go to that inside corner with hard stuff. Staying away. Tried to paint with another fastball just a little low, and Loney with a good eye spits on it again.
Well, now you got to throw it and hope you get lucky. It's 3-2 and the base is loaded. And he walked him. Here's Casey Blake.
Saucedos Matos, the right-hander for the Giants, down the bullpen. He's ready to go. He stopped throwing.
Topper. Metters to Molina. Double play. Giants keep it close. It's 3-2 Dodgers. With 6 strikeouts, Ishikawa's 2 for 2. And that's our McDonald's game summary. And here's Nate Sherholtz. Sherholtz. And then Lewis. And then Wynn. And tight. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Coming right out of the game with that curveball.
Big chopper. Blake backing up. Can he make the throw? Beat it out.
Wow.
He run a little bit.
Yes, he can. Here comes Joe Torres. Dodgers dugout is not happy. Tim McClellan, the crew chief, and the first base umpire tonight, making the call. And you're right, he can run. As soon as you saw Blake go back and step on his back foot, you know it was going to be a close play, because Shearholtz can put some pressure on the defense, especially when he can get a ground ball fielded deep on the left side of the infield. He was out.
I don't think so.
I think it was a tie. Well, at the very least, it was bang bang.
Here's Lewis. I'll tell you what, I'll go by what Larry Boa thinks.
Okay. I'm with you.
So what do you think?
Yeah, Larry Boa right now, the third base coach for the Dodgers, he's thinking he was wronged.
Lewis 0 for 2. Rolls it foul. And it's 0-2. There's Larry Boa.
That is not his happy camper face.
He's shaking his head at Tim McClellan. No balls, 2 strikes. Look out.
Boy, he had a good pitch to hit there. That's a location mistake. The Dodgers have always used that paralysis fastball, whether if they get an 0-2 count, they'll throw that fastball about 6 to 8 inches off the plate away, knee high. And a lot of guys will swing. A lot of umpires will bite on it. That's what they had intended to do with that pitch, but that was right there across the belt, down the middle. They got away with one.
And tight to Lewis. 1-2. Billingsley. And the 1-2 pitch to Lewis. And Lewis will get some more lumber. There's a bunch of broken bats tonight.
Well, that little slider that Billingsley throws, it's flat break, and it really bores hard in on lefties. And he's consistent with it. When he throws it, if he misses it, it usually goes off the plate in, and it is running right up the bats of some of the Giants' lefties.
One and 2.
Martin wants a curveball.
And Lewis just stays alive. We talked about this last night. The danger, if you're Billingsley, is if you get it up a little bit, it's an easy pitch to hit into the hole.
It's an easy pitch if you hang that thing for Lewis to hit into the cove. And right now, there's not a lot of wind. Right field has opened up for the first time in 2 nights. You hit a ball to right field right now, you can get it out of here. The winds have finally calmed.
Out of play. You could see Martin asking for that pitch to be up.
Yeah, he wanted the elevator fastball above the letters, and again, Billingsley lazy with his location. There's the target. They want it up above the letters, and this thing is right down there at the belt. Another mistake. Two and two. Pretty good battle going on right here. Just the one inning, number 3, when he went above 15. The rest of the night, he has been very stingy with what he has thrown to the Giants in pitch count.
Two to Lewis. 3-2.
That's a good take.
It is. He has not been biting on that in this at bat.
That is not an easy pitch to spit on.
That's the one that Randy Wynn has had trouble with.
And I think it's a real deceiving rotation and spin on that slider. I don't think it's an easy one for a lefty to pick up.
This is not an easy call for Bruce Bochy with Sherholtz. Fred Lewis will swing and miss from time to time, and if that's the case, we'll see if the Giants manager will send Sherholtz 3-2. He goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Double play. Furcal dug it out.
Yeah, the payoff pitch for Billingsley was a slider. He goes down and in, and there's the swing through. And Russell Martin coming up. Throws a seed right to Furcal, who digs it out, and there's nowhere for Sherholtz to go. He slides right into the tag, and a strike him out, throw him out.
Here's Randy Wynn. Randy Wynn the opposite way, foul. So the Giants looking for a 2-out rally. The third double play for the Dodgers here in the 7th inning. Dodgers had one in the 2nd. Burris lined out into a double play in the 6th, and now one here in the 7th. One and two.
That's the slider you're talking about that Randy Wynn has had a hard time picking up. Well, he doesn't stand alone. I mean, it's just a deceiving spin. They're not seeing it.
Be pitch number 98 for Billingsley. Outside, 2-2.
Tried to backdoor him, a little hook, just missed.
You know he's going to come back to the one pitch, the slider down and in.
Now here they try to use the outside corner, wrap around curveball. Well, I agree with you. I think that's a pitch that he wants to get back to. And he shook off to it. Martin wanted another curveball.
Got him. 8 strikeouts for Billingsley. We'll go to the 8th. 3-2 Dodgers. things off, facing Orcerius Matos.
Last year with the Giants, Matos made 20 appearances, 16 strikeouts in 20 2/3. 24-year-old, native of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, 6'1", 202-pounder. The time he got last year, his rookie season, he had 70 days at the big league level. Getting the call up.
Billingsley knocks it foul.
Down at Fresno, he was throwing the ball well. He was in 8 games and an ERA of 1.04, 1 earned run in 8 2/3 innings.
And that'll be into the bullpen area, and it stays 1-2. Got him. 1 out.
Time now for our Fry's defining moment. And tonight it's been all about the double plays. It happened with Juan Uribe hitting into one. That was back in the 2nd inning. And then it happened on a line shot, great at bat from Emmanuel Burris. And then here is the strike him out, throw him out that sort of threw the water on the rally back in the 7th inning. So the 3 double plays are defining moment, brought to you by Fry's Electronics. That's the bad news.
Calls 0 for 3 with a walk.
The good news is that they're creating opportunity.
One ball and 1 strike for call.
Mike Lacoste fans.
The Pink Pine Tour?
Yep. They love the Pink Pine Tour.
Here's the 1-1 for call. 1-2.
Another change up. Ideally, you say you want to get that ball down, especially when you're in the count. But hey, he'll take a swing through anytime you can get it. So yeah. Ooh.
Matos, I think, felt like there's been a couple of pitches in this at bat.
This is right at the base of the strike zone. I mean, it would have been a nice one to get, but it's a coin toss strike. It can be called either way. He's made some amazing takes tonight. He did it with Brandon Metters, who threw a tremendous curveball back in the 6th inning. I don't know how he took that pitch. It was a pretty good duel between he and Metters. And here in this 2-2, he does the same thing.
And he struck him out, swinging.
Fastball, just throw it right through the outside corner. Nice finish on that pitch with a little tail running away from for call. See you later. Grab some pine meat. Second strikeout, 0 for 4 night for call, who has struggled in this series.
Hudson takes one a little wide. Skied into center field. Rowan will put it away in a nice inning from Matos. Pablo Sandoval will lead it off.
Next pitch for Billingsley will be number 100.
And number 100 is low. Sandoval is 1 for 3. Does have an RBI.
I got to believe Billingsley's on a 1-runner string. If he gets anybody on, he's gone. Joe Torre is not going to let Billingsley lose this game. You see Guillermo Mota and Jonathan Broxton starting to get stretched out in their bullpen.
There's a bullet up the middle for a base hit. Sandoval may think about it. No.
I'm not sure he had first base. It's official. He's hot.
Indeed he is.
And it all starts with getting better pitches to hit, laying off the teasers, and that has been one of the things that the Giants have been waiting for him to do.
He's over 300. Here's Benji Molina. Molina does not have a hit tonight, and Billingsley struck him out in the 5th. High and foul towards the Dodger bullpen, and this is going to be out of play, or at least in the front row. A lot of things going on down there.
Yeah, our ball dude, Harry Holsworth, he was kind of rocking a hard place. He didn't know what to do. That play was coming his way, and he was going, do I go left? Do I go right?
Stick your foot out.
I mean, that's the first rule, right? When in doubt, stick your foot out. Lynn Herstein always had no problem with that.
A ball and a strike to Molina. Breaking ball that popped up. One out here in the 8th inning. Here's Aaron Rowan. Yeah, these fans want to win. I don't blame them.
All I want for my B-Day is a W against LA. Gamers.
Rowan 1 for 2.
He's had great at-bats all night long.
Another nice play by Russell Martin. He's made him all night.
This has not been an easy night for Billingsley. A different 7+ innings than what he had against the Giants down in LA. Tonight he has been in his stretch a lot.
Two and 0.
A lot of sliders, a lot of curveballs. There's the numbers. 10 base runners at 7 1/3 with 8 strikeouts. The line's good. The line really doesn't tell you how many pitches he's had to make tonight out of the stretch. A ton.
Another one here to Rowan. 2 and 0. Three and 0. Yeah, you got to try something. The young guys can do that.
It's not easy for Matt Cain. Legs are too big.
Rowan takes ball fourth. Now the Giants have the tying run in scoring position. See if we're going to see Joe Torre.
And here he comes.
Who will it be, Mota or Broxton?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to take him out yet. He may want to go out there and do what Roger Craig used to do. Let's look into his eyes. Nope, that's it.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Performance last night. Brian Wilson saved. He struck out the side of the ninth inning on 16 pitches and earned his fourth save. And it definitely got him back on the horse after he had blown a save on Sunday. So for that performance, we're going to make it our Chevron unsurpassed performance for Brian Wilson. The new pitcher for the Dodgers is their closer. Hard-throwing Jonathan Broxton, 6'4", 295-pounder in his fourth year. And he is a flamethrower. You're going to see high 90s with a slider and a split. He is off to a good start. And what Joe Torre is looking for right now is a strikeout. He's got 15 strikeouts against 1 walk and 9 1/3. Good take.
A first pitch breaking ball. One 1-0 to Travis Ishikawa. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's worked himself into a 2-0 count, some count leverage here. He can sit on the fastball. But with Broxton, you better turn it up a notch because his fastball is above average.
Three 3-0. Over 30,000 here tonight.
Well, nobody's gone home.
They have not. Bleachers are packed. 3-0 to Ishikawa. Three and 1.
Well, he's had 4 pitches to look at. He's seen the breaking ball. He's gauged the speed and the movement of the fastball. And now he's sitting on a 3-1 count. And if you've got power, and Ishikawa does, this is when you can let out some shaft.
He walked him.
And that was a 90-foot increment that Joe Torre did not want to give up by way of the walk. And that changes everything.
So Joe Torre letting his middle infielders know he wants them to play for two. First pitch to Uribe. Strike at the knees, 0-1.
It's a different situation that Broxton's usually accustomed to. When you're the closer, you usually get a clean inning. You start it out. You're not coming in an existing inning.
Foul. It's 0-2. So Broxton does what he wants to do. He gets out in front of Juan Uribe. Sandoval, Rowand, and Ishikawa. Outside, 1-2.
Trying to do the paralysis fastball. Way wide. That was an easy take for Uribe. Giants have been looking for that big hit all night long.
All night long. Two and two.
Guy that throws as hard as Broxton, and you don't have a lot of time. I mean, you gotta be aggressive. You got to get started early. And when he breaks one off, Uribe just manages to hold up.
Two balls, two strikes. Tying run at third, 8th inning. Out of play.
Well, if you like drama, you've come to the right place.
Two balls, two strikes. Here it comes. 3-2.
Easy take. That was a no-brainer. Had to go 3-2, didn't it?
Well, it's a little surprising with Uribe because he likes to swing the bat, but he has worked it to a 3-2 count.
Great pitch, great effort fighting it off. This is expanding. You can't assume that ball is going to be called a ball. It may look outside. You can't decide at 99 miles an hour. You got to pull the trigger. Good job by both men.
Broxton has to throw a strike. On the ground, Blake comes home, and they get the out at home on the force play. So they stay loaded.
So a 3-2 payoff pitch, and they get a slider. And Casey Blake throws wide. Russell Martin's got to come out and stay with this. And the question is, did he keep his foot in contact with the plate? Andy Fletcher, the plate umpire, right there saying he did. And yes, he did.
So here's Rich Uribe. Uribe has faced Broxton 9 times. He's 2 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. First pitch to Rich Uribe. 1-0. Rowan's at third. Ishikawa's at second. Uribe's at first. Howry's in the bullpen. Eugenio Velez on deck. 2-0.
2 easy takes. And now you sit on one pitch, one location. The beauty about Broxton is you don't have to put a lot of swing on it. He's going to supply the power.
Uribe will be laying in the weeds for a perfect pitch. 2-1.
Got exactly what he was looking for. Had a good rip. 96-mile-an-hour challenge. That's some 2-0 paint right there. 1 to measure, 1 to rake. Sandoval's feeling it. He's got his Pepto-Bismol out.
I need it.
We all need it.
Uribe will try to make sure he doesn't help Broxton out. He's got to throw a strike.
Wow. The wrong guy just got rewarded. Andy Fletcher, who's been so good all night long. And let's watch the fastball. And that is one that clearly was off the plate. The Dodgers get a break.
3-2. Unbelievable.
Well, a no-brainer take for Uribe. I mean, the bad part about that 3-1 strike that was called was he had to get it, and he had to go cover it on the next pitch. So the fastball from Broxton way wide, and an easy take for him.
Plus, Aurelia tipped off Fletcher just enough where you got to swing at everything close.
Yep. So we get a brand new ball game, folks.
Well, the secret weapon against the Dodgers last year in games like this is the guy coming up. And that's Eugenio Velez.
He's had quite a day. He was told yesterday that the bullpen needed to add another arm, that he was heading back down to Fresno. In last night's ball game, Andres Torres hurt his hamstring, and before Eugenio Velez could even get packed up and out of town, he got the call back to come on and get his uni. He's back in the big leagues, and now he's got a chance to put his team in front.
Bases are loaded for Velez. At the knees, 0-1. Ishikawa, Uribe, Aurelia in a 3-3 ball game.
Good hard slider. That's the best specialty pitch that Broxton has thrown.
That was a good one.
Now, when you're ahead 0-1, I mean, you can really bust one, and bust one he does. That is perfect.
Now it's up to Velez to take a little swing out. Got him. Giants tied up. We're going to the ninth. It's 3-3. Ninth inning, Thursday night at 7 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area presents another Giants Classic game. This one's going to be the game from April 5th, 2002. It was a 10th inning walk-off. Barry Bonds against San Diego, the home opener. Giants Classic Thursday at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Bobby Howery on to pitch for the Giants.
10th time he's taken the ball for Bruce Bochy. You see the numbers. 7 strikeouts against a couple walks and 7 1/3, 9 hits. Manny Ramirez wants to know why he called that a strike.
Because I called it on Aurelia. That's why.
I think that was the answer. Manny Fletcher's been consistent all night long, but all of a sudden, a couple of wide ones make you think.
Oh, 2 to Ramirez. Ramirez has been on base 4 times, 2 walks and 2 doubles. Between these 2 teams, they've stranded 20 people on the bases. 20.
There's been 13 walks in this game. One-hit batsman. 2-hit batsman.
Yeah. Lewis got hit in the 3rd. Ishikawa in the 6th. Velez stays in. He's at 2nd. There's a bullet to left field. This could be the 3rd double in the game for Ramirez.
Now the one location mistake you make, he just jumps all over it. And let's go back pitch by pitch. The first pitch, the slider, was kind of a gift. So there's your 0-1. Then a quick 0-2 with a fastball going middle in. Then he goes wide with another breaking ball. And the one location mistake, a little floater. Off speed pitch, looks like a split. Jumped all over it.
Here's Russell Martin. Martin 0 for 3 with a walk.
Wow. Now Benji Molina's rubbernecking and asking Manny Fletcher, where was that one? Pretty good pitch. Could have gone either way. Like 99 times it would have gone strike. And there's the one that evens it up.
Seventh straight time he's been on base. One and one to Russell Martin. One and two.
Good sinker. He just bottomed out, swung right over the top of it. Runner at second base, nobody out. It is a strikeout situation. It's what Howery is pitching for. And the movement on that fastball was spectacular. Just bottomed out. Now you can throw that thing off the plate inside. Try to get him to do it again. You just don't want to make a mistake in the middle of the strike zone. 1-2. Not in a strikeout situation. Good pitch. Now you can change grips and you can go four seam on the same side of the plate, come back the same look. That's a great pitch right there. You can go slider or split depending on which one you feel the most confidence in, down below the strike zone. But this is your 2-2 pitch, and this is your chance to throw to your location, your pitch.
Got him.
Above the hand, strike three, elevator fastball, beautifully executed by Howery. And the strikeout he was pitching for, he just got it. Another non-productive at-bat for Martin, who has not had a good night at the dish. Right up above the hands. This is just great use of the inside corner. Establishing the knee-high location, then it going up above the hands for the payoff. It's big league pitching, folks.
Here's Ethier.
Now he's got an open base, and he can pick who he wants to pitch to.
Off the end of the bat, foul. And it's 0-1. Ethier reached on a Fred Lewis error in the second, singled in the fourth, bounced out in the fifth, was walked intentionally in the seventh.
As I mentioned, he's got an open base. He's only faced Ethier 3 times. He's 0 for 3 lifetime with a walk and a couple strikeouts. The guy on deck, Kemp, he's faced 5 times, and Kemp's got 3 hits. So ideally, he would probably want to save that base for Kemp if he could.
A long run for Lewis, and it's going to be into the seats. So a quick 0-2 to Andre Ethier. Ramirez with his lead. In the dirt. And Ramirez goes to third.
Well, that's a costly 90 feet. Because that's going to change the defense, and it automatically becomes a strikeout situation now. Benji Molina did everything he could, everything right. Sometimes a ball that it hits off you has a mind of its own. And Manny Ramirez reacted beautifully. Nice base running to advance.
Infield in. Out of play. Howie going for the strikeout. Here it comes. Out of play again.
Yeah, it's a nice 2-strike adjustment swing right there from Ethier. He's taking some swing out. Well, you hold your breath when you see a pitch go middle away to Ethier. He's got such good coverage. That pitch middle away, and that ball was up too. He can go down in the dirt with a split. He can go down to his back foot with a slider. He can try and go above the hands with 4-seam. Change the movement of the fastball.
And Ethier fights off a nasty pitch to keep it 1-2. Infield in.
I'm freezing. They're not.
They are not. Molina setting up in. There's a foul.
Tried that slider down and in, but he left it up just a little high. Still has count leverage sitting on a 1-2 count. He does not have to go in the strike zone. He can try and pick him clean to a corner.
This will be the 8th pitch coming up to Andre Ethier. Molina keeps it close, 2-2.
Good play. You have to have that feeling if you're on the mound that your catcher's going to block that one. Nice job by Molina. Let's watch how he did it. Set up in the outside corner. It looked like they're trying to go a little backdoor with him. That thing goes to the other side of the plate. And that's happened a lot tonight with Molina. A lot of times we've set up targets and Giants pitchers have thrown away from it. He's done a good job. Here's the 2-2 to Ethier. 3-2. It's one of those times, though, you do not have to get in. I mean, you have a man at third base. You're still pitching for the strikeout. You've got 2 open bases. And that simply means that you can throw your pitch to your location. You do not have to lay one in there for him. This is not a challenge situation.
Left center field. This is going to do more just be a sacrifice fly. Here comes Ramirez, and Ethier's got a double, and the Dodgers take the lead.
That was a great at bat.
A Ramirez double and an Ethier double.
Well, he fought off a lot to get to that point, and we're going to make that our 4th quality of the game. Our quality drive of the game, going inside out. A little slider that he stays inside, finds the opposite field gap. And in a fly ball situation, he gets that and more. And that was the 10th pitch of that at bat.
Here's Kemp. Giants work so very hard to tie it up in the 8th. And now they'll have to do that and maybe more in the bottom of this inning. No balls and 1 strike. Skied into right center field. Randy Wynn's not going to get it. This bounces up against the wall. Ethier scores. Kemp is going to have a triple. And it's 5-3.
Well, the heart of the Dodger lineup is doing some thumping. A double by Ramirez, a double by Ethier, and here a fastball up that Kemp stays inside. I mean, 2 back-to-back opposite field at bats, and you see the power that these guys have. It's the only ballpark in the league where it's not a home run. And a chance to watch Kemp, a 5'2" guy, use one of his tools.
It all started with Manny Ramirez after falling behind 0-2. Doubled down the left field line.
And again, Bruce Bochy has to bring his infield in. Still a strikeout situation now for Howie with 1 out, runner at third.
Very high, 1-0. It's been Sanchez, Miller, Metters, Matos, Howry. Valdez threw yesterday. There's a bouncing ball foul. It feels like Affel throws every day, although he did not throw yesterday. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Still the matter at hand. I mean, he's got to minimize this. The Giants have the top of the lineup coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
the dirt. Blocked by Benji Molina. Bruce Bochy's saying a lot by what he's not doing. And that's Bobby Howry, you're it.
Yeah, the bullpen's closed right now. There's nobody warming up. So now he'll set the force up. He can relax the middle of the infield. And with Howry, who's got a good sink on his fastball that he can pitch to, they can pitch for the ground ball here. Pitch forward early in the count. If they get to a 2-strike, then they can take a shot at the strikeout.
Blake in the 7th inning with the bases loaded. Hit one back to Metters, and Metters started out a double play.
Got to go to his mouth. You got to get out the mound and go to your mouth. He wisely does that.
Strike to Blake. Kemp at third. Loney at first. Almost to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. This will be 29th pitch coming up for Bobby Howry. Giants would have loved to have left Matos in the game. Howry with the double bluff.
Now he's got a couple pitches he can get that ground ball with, really. I mean, split, slider, sinker. And Casey Blake has shown the Giants in this series that he will chase down below the strike zone. Anything up here is a mistake.
Two balls and 1 strike. Seagulls have arrived. Swinging a foul. 2-2. Casey Blake unhappy. I think he thought that was a hanger.
It was. And he's been a pretty good mistake hitter. And this is a mistake. So now he's got the 2-strike count here and a shot to try and strike him out, but he's not going to strike him out at the belt. He's got to get down below the knees.
Got him.
Good pitch.
So in the eyes of Casey Blake, it wasn't this pitch that upset him. It was the one he missed before.
Indeed.
Here's Mark Loretta. Loretta hitting for Broxton. Kemp at third. Loney at first. Bouncing ball, Sandoval. And the deficit will be 2. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Dodgers 5, Giants 3.
Jimmy Baker's going to give you his take on the Sharks, and of course there'll be NHL and NBA highlights, and you can see it on Sportsnet Central right after post-game live, and you'll see it on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Yeah, they're having a ball.
Take another one, Dad. Well, the Giants have the work cut out for them.
Yep, it's 5-3. Will Ullman is on to pitch. Top of the order, it's Fred Lewis. Lewis, Wynn, Sandoval, a couple of switch hitters.
Ullman has gotten out to a good start in Los Angeles. A fastball slider changeup pitcher with a real good slider, and there it is. Didn't have a lot of spring, and he came to the Dodgers late as a free agent. Giants need base runners.
Lewis out swinging, and that is a hat trick, and for Lewis, back-to-back hat tricks. So it's safe to say that Fred Lewis is striking out too much.
He is, and that's not something you want to see your leadoff hitter do. I mean, you don't want to see any hitter do it, but your leadoff hitter, it seems like that hurts just a little bit more.
Giants are looking for a bloop and a blast as Randy Wynn steps in. This is hit into center field right at Kemp. Kemp will make the play, 2 outs. Last chance for the Giants. It's Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval's had a nice game. He's got a couple of hits. He's got his average now up to 306. Outside corner.
Pretty good 1-0 pitch location wise right there. That's paint.
Giants would love to get Molina to the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's so nice to see Sandoval be more selective, and this has had everything to do with his batting average starting to climb. Simply getting better pitches to hit.
Driven to right. Ethier is there, and that's the ball game. So in kind of a weird game where a lot of base runners were stranded, the Dodgers take game 2 of this 3-game series, and they do it by beating the Giants 5-3. 5-3 is your final. Our next telecast is tomorrow night as the Giants and Dodgers close out this series at 7 p.m. on NBC Bay Area. And then we'll be back with you on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area Friday night at 6:30 with Giants pregame live before the Giants and Rockies. Giants drop this one to the Dodgers. Stay tuned. Giants postgame live starts right now.